Hey, what up, everybody? This is Corey from Slipknot. You are watching Slipknot, The Beginning. That is a very interesting story in itself. The band was started in 1995, and it was kind of going pretty good for a couple of years. And then I was tapped to become the singer. And that's really it, you know. I mean, I had been doing gigs with Stone Sour for 5 years before that, you know. So when they asked me to join, it was really like kind of whoa, really, you know? And because I mean, we were the two bands in town, you know. It was Stone Sour and Slipknot. So it was kind of shocking, you know. I'd never done any screaming like that, to be honest, and but yeah, I was a fan of the band. It seemed like very exciting, so I joined, and then we started putting the demos together. Started writing, as a band collectively, and putting together songs like "Spit It Out" and "Wait and Bleed," and the rest is history, really.
What about, was there a battle of the bands where they saw you playing, and was that where they asked you?
Well, we had known each other. I mean, the individual members of Slipknot had been in other bands before that, that we had kind of gigged together, most notably Joey's band, Modifidius. We had done a few shows together. And then, I knew Clown because he owned the bar, but he was also in a band called Heads on a Wall. Paul was in a band called Vex at the time, and so I knew everybody from the scene, and apparently everybody knew me. And we had done some gigs, and Slipknot beat us in a battle of the bands for a local radio station, and it was, and deservedly so. I mean, they were a great band, but the thing that stood out to me was the fact that there was no solo presence, there was no frontman presence, and so when they asked me to join, I was like, well, here it is, this is my moment, and that was it. Yeah, oh god, dude, I had two jobs at the time, I was running the door at Clown's bar and working midnight to 8 at the porn shop, so I mean, I was literally living on nothing, to be honest, because I mean it was incredible. Trying to get gigs on the weekends and whatnot, and just plugging away, trying to get it done. But the thing that I understood was the same that the guys in the band understood, was that you've got to think outside of your town. You've got to think worldwide if you want to do anything, man, And that's what it was all about, We were kind of the guys in our bands who got it. We were the guys in our bands who understood what it took, not just to be a famous band in America, but just to be a worldwide band. And when it came to the work ethic, that's where it came from, and I think that's why we all were attracted to each other.
And what about the early practices? What was it like? Did it click straight away?
Yeah, I mean, it was, I can remember doing some test demos in the studio, because they gave me a tryout, which was very funny. And I know there's the very famous story that, they threatened to kill me if I didn't join, which is complete farcity. They walked into my shop at 4 in the morning, and they didn't even come up and talk to me. They walked around the store. They were so nervous and so shy that I thought it was adorable. And then they kind of came up and they were like, we really want you to join our band, and blah, 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 blah. And I was immediately in. So we did some test demos to see if it would work. And the first song I did was Me Inside, actually. And it destroyed. And I was in from moment one, and they loved it.
Cool.
No, the masks were a big part of it right at the beginning. But it was about a year before the coveralls kind of came into effect. Everybody was kind of wearing their own thing, They were just kind of individual outfits, you know, kind of a reflection of them. I started the band wearing a priest's outfit and just being very, like, ready to eat someone's face, really. And, you know, but then we started talking about the concept of erasing the identity and erasing all of that and being a unit instead of, like, a band of eclecticity, you know. So I loved it, you know. That beget the barcodes, and that beget the numbers, and so it really all started to kind of fall in place after I joined the band.